Grant Miller here, and welcome to this week's episode of South Florida Comedy Calendar, where we're going to keep you up to date on everything going on in South Florida comedy. Guys, this week is going to be the first episode of the new year of the Comedy Calendar. This is our 53rd episode. Makes me very, very happy to introduce my co-host, who's going to be telling us all about the movies coming out this Christmas, Sebastian Alvarez. Sebi, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, guys. And in case you didn't know, this summer, Rob Schneider is a stapler. I don't know. We were saying that before the show, and it was a lot funnier. So I hope you guys out there in Comedy Calendar Land enjoyed it. I think we got the switch in seats. I don't know if you guys out there in Comedy Calendar Land can observe that from the clip, but we're switching it up. We're doing a little yin-yang twin switch here.
Can they tell from the video? I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it could be on the opposite side. Yeah, they can probably tell.
We'll see. I'm asking. If you got a keen eye, if you're a real Comedy Calendar fan.
But I think statistically speaking, probably 65% of our audience is somewhere on the spectrum. So we'll figure it out. Maybe they can't figure it out.
That's true.
I did want to bring up, just so you guys know, the federal government's cutting all federal spending. So they're going to be cutting all the spending to the space program, for example, which makes me sad because I know Julian was really hoping for some extraterrestrial pussy one day. So,
well, he was actually trying to get in on the Monkeys in Space program. He was trying to be one of the monkeys that they send up there.
Oh, shit. I completely misunderstood when he was talking about that. I thought he was being racist.
No. He was, he was hoping to qualify mentally at that level, and they would just justify it as being like they could send him as an experimental, like an animal experiment, you know? Like that dog that the Russians sent up there that one time.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but it would be Julian.
Right, because he does look like a bearded chimpanzee. So
right. Yes.
That makes sense. All right, let's kick things off.
You know what would be really cool is a chimpanzee with a beard. Like imagine a chimpanzee with a nice, trimmed up, really nice beard.
Insert Julian's picture right here.
There you go.
We got it. Let's fucking do it.
That's it.
Guys, this week in South Florida Comedy, we have a bunch of stuff that we're going to cover, but we're going to start off with last week's activities. We had a ton of shows. Kicking off on Wednesday, it was the return of our friend Rodney Badger at the Miami Improv. It was an amazing show. We had Drew Illa, Art Roche, Sebastian Alvarez, and of course, the headliner, Rodney Badger himself. It was an amazing show. It was an amazing comeback. Sebi, you were there. You killed it. How was it, man?
Dude, I loved it. I thought it was a really great crowd. It was fun getting Rodney back into town and him being able to kill a really fun set out there. Great show for a Wednesday night at the Miami Improv. I thought it was jam-packed with just all of us doing well. You know, it felt good to be on a show like that started off strong, ended strong. That's always a good time. And you know, shout out to Rodney for putting on a great show.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And welcome back, Rodney, man. We are glad to have you back in the scene. And the Comedy Calendar boys will be working with him on a couple of things, so definitely more to come there. Oh, and special shout out Dina Cruz, actually, who popped in for a guest set, did a tremendous job, as she always does, so good stuff there. Moving on to Thursday night, actually, at Chainbridge Distillery up in Oakland Park, I was booked as a featured guest. It was an amazing show. We had Brandy Lee, Julie Fisher, Ryan Natouche headlined the night. It was really, really cool. I had not been to that event, to that venue yet, but they will be hosting monthly shows. So definitely a couple more coming up soon. And I already talked to Julie, so you'll be booked on one of these soon.
You were in London for that?
I'm sorry?
You were in London for that?
Oakland Park.
Oh.
Yeah. No, as you know, I'm not currently allowed to leave the country.
Right. Of course. That's what I was wondering.
However, we did have another show at the Improv this weekend, which was the Barracks Legends Show, a show that's an annual show here in South Florida done for the foundation for, is it the Wounded Veteran Foundation?
No, it's Barracks Legends. That's the name of the
foundation. You're absolutely right, yeah. But yeah, it was a really good show. I know the headliner was Louis Diaz, but we did have our boy Sebi Alvarez on the show.
Yeah, man.
Tell us how it was.
It was great, man. We had Jay Milley on there, who does Master Debaters, who also had Master Debaters right after last week on Sunday. So he was able to do kind of back-to-back shows at the Improv. Not too many people have ever been able to do that. That's a huge shout out to Jay Milley. We had Flava on that show. Val was on it as well. It was just great vibes, start to finish. They had a great presentation prior to the show. And yeah, man, the raffle at the end was really dope too. If you guys weren't there for that raffle, it was they were giving away incredible prizes. Such a great foundation too. Angelo and everybody who runs the Barracks Legends Foundation, they're top notch and they always put on an incredible show. So it was an honor myself. I'm wearing the Barracks Legends shirt right now. So it was an honor to just be a part of that show. I've helped them out in the past, the last 2 years, just like with logistics and getting everything going because they have so many moving parts. Like I said, the giveaway for the raffle and all those different moving parts. But But I had a great time, man. It was really fantastic, and I think definitely they should be doing more of these more often than just once a year. I know it's a huge undertaking, and they take forever to plan, but like every 6 months, I think would be great for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, it was a great show. It was a great lineup. I actually spoke with Angelo. We will be doing some more work with them as far in the future to help promote their shows, because it is a really good show. And like you said, they do a presentation up front, they do the whole comedy show, and they do a raffle at the end. And there are so many raffle items that I think like half the crowd walks away with something. It's really ridiculous. And they had a PS5, they had an 80-inch TV. I mean, it was ridiculous. And besides, obviously, they had amazing merch like the stuff that you're wearing right now.
Right.
Which is really cool. So it just helps feed everything back in. It was a really cool show. Shout out Barracks Legends. Really cool. Next year, when they're doing it again, you guys will be seeing the Comedy Calendar boys on that show for sure. So it's going to be a good time. This weekend, though, at the Miami Improv, we had the comedy legend Bruce himself. I was able to interview him last week before his show, and he was very gracious. He was a very, very good guest. We had Kyle Grooms in studio with me to interview Bruce. You guys have seen the clips coming out for that. Really, really cool. Very, very, the guy's a legend. The last clip we put out, he shouts out all the legends that he looks up to. But Bruce in his own right is a living legend. He brought with him two amazing comedians who are headliners in their own right. The first one I want to shout out is Savanta. Man, this guy, he opened up the show every single night this weekend. He was able to get the crowd going before the show started. It was very, very good. He also, after the show, was selling merch in the hallway, shaking hands and kissing babies. And you guys know how much I appreciate that. So I got to talk to him a little bit. I even got to shoot a little behind the scenes with him. So hopefully in the next couple of days, you guys are going to be seeing a clip of him shouting out the Comedy Calendar. And the other feature is Bryson Brown from Texas, another amazing comedian, a headliner in his own right. He's been touring with Bruce, but he's also been doing shows all over the U.S. So big shout out Bryson Brown. Again, another amazing comedian. I got a little behind the scenes with him as well, so you guys will be seeing a clip from him. And anytime these guys come back to South Florida, they're going to be in touch with us, and we're going to make sure you guys are completely filled in on where they're going to be and where the shows are going to be at. So, really, really good. Bruce, thank you again for being on the Comedy Insiders. It was really, really dope. And the last show from last week that I want to shout out actually was a birthday gift from my boy Dart Vision. Thank you, Dart. He bought me tickets, and him and I went to go watch Joey Diaz at the Hard Rock Live. That was a bucket list show for me. I have wanted to watch Joey Diaz live for years, and I would not have bought the tickets myself. I would have missed it had Dart not bought the tickets. So it was really, really cool. We went out there. Joey was amazing. He had Lee open up for him, and then Joey did probably an hour just ripping it apart, all new material. Really, really, really dope. Really, really, just a core memory, man. Like I'm gonna remember this Joey Diaz show for a long time. I tried to finagle and get into the back. A bunch of local comedians were there. They all asked me, "Hey, Art, have you been able to sneak into the back yet?" I was not able. Hard Rock security, you guys are on point. Trust me. Even the vents were locked up. So even if you're Colombian, you couldn't get in.
Damn. Yeah. Well, they learned. They also own the stadium. So
that's right. Yeah, you're right. That's right. I didn't think about that. Good point, Sebastian. Good point. Let's go ahead and start off with this week's comedy shows. Starting off this week, Tuesday, September 9th at the Miami Improv, 8 p.m., we're going to have the Dead Ass Comedy Show. This is the show we've been talking about for a little bit. I got to interview Mouse Jones, who's the host and creator of Dead Ass Comedy, and he got to put us down on a little bit of what we can expect for this very unique comedy show. We're going to have Fat and Funny, Miami legend. We're going to have Nick Safran, Miami legend, on the show, Isaiah Kelly, and Jokin Brady. So 4 comedians who are headliners in their own right. Mouse Jones will be hosting. It's going to be a little bit of a untraditional comedy show in the sense that once a comedian gets up there, Mouse is really going to see how the crowd is vibing and maybe give him more time, maybe give him less time, maybe change the lineup. So you don't really know coming in who is going to be the headliner. You don't really know what the lineup is going to be that night. But you do know, guaranteed, it's going to be 4 amazing comedians, so you cannot miss out. Also, Tiffany Wagner is going to be there. If you watch the interview, you know who I'm talking about. But she will be running things behind the scene, making sure that every single audience member who goes there gets a very unique dead-ass experience that you're not going to really find at any other comedy show. So I'm really excited. We have all hands on deck for Tuesday. We're expecting a sold-out show. If you haven't bought your tickets, MiamiImprov.com, go ahead and buy them. I recommend you buy them sooner than later because people are already hitting me up, and we're anticipating a sold-out show. Sebastian, I know last night we were there at the Improv, and you actually got me my dead-ass shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you thinking about Tuesday? You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be great. I think the fact that we're producing more shows that are kind of like just 4 great comics, they're not looking for host, feature, whatever. It's just 4 badass comics. They're all going to be on the show. I think more of that in the improv sphere is what is like good, and I think something that we should lean into. So I'm glad to see these guys are coming out and doing like a really great show for everybody on a Tuesday of all things too. So you guys have an opportunity on a day that usually there's nothing to do at night to just come out and have a good time. So definitely come out.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're coming out, hit me up, hit us up, let us know. When you get there, the Comedy Calendar boys will be there, and we're going to take care of you guys. Moving on, Wednesday, September 10th, at the Bend Liquor Lounge up in North Miami, Miami Gardens, my neck of the woods, 8 p.m., we're going to be having the Bend Comedy Show. This is a comedy show they do every other Wednesday, hosted by Mike Daba, curated by Matt Valent, a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
This week on the show, I will be there, so our Roche will be featuring. We're going to have Mike Daba, Matt Valent, Jenny Bitch from up north, Freddie Finnerty from up north as well, and
Jenny Bache.
What's her?
Bache.
It's Bache?
Yeah.
Oh, I misspelled that here.
Yes, you did.
Oh, and what's Freddie's last name?
Freddie?
Yeah.
Finnerty?
Oh, I thought it was Fingerly.
No.
I gotta really.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be checking this shit, bro. What's going on, Julian? Guys? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry here. We're also gonna have a friend of mine from the Bend, Georgie, who just started doing comedy, but he's a great impressionist. He does some really, really good impressions. And maybe some other surprise guests. So definitely, if you are in that area, if you're in the North Hialeah, Miami Gardens, Opelika area, this Wednesday, 8 p.m., come check out the Bend. It's our local neighborhood bar, and they're killing it with these comedy shows. They'll have another one also on the 27th at the end of the month, so that should be pretty interesting. More shout-outs coming there. This Thursday, September 11th to 13th, we have a big headliner coming to the Fort Lauderdale Improv. This is a comedian that a lot of you have been asking us about. A lot of you have been wanting to know when he's coming back. Well, guess what, guys? It's going to be this weekend. We have Akash Singh at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. He'll be doing 5 shows it's going to be from Thursday to Saturday. So 2 shows, 1 show on Saturday. Guys, do not miss this chance. If you missed it when he was here last time at the Miami Improv about 6 months ago, you missed out on an amazing, amazing show. The show was sold out. He filled it from wall to wall, and I can expect that this time at the Fort Lauderdale Improv is going to be much more of the same. He's been holding his material in. He's going to be filming a special soon. Do not miss this chance. FTLimprov.com is where you buy tickets. Sebi, I know you're a big fan of Akash. I mean, last time you were there in the room while he was performing, what did it feel like? What was it like?
I mean, I love Akash because he does a lot of crowd work. He really gets into it, and he's super smooth with it. So when he's out there and he's just like messing with the crowd, especially in Miami, they give him a lot of interesting, crazy material, topics, and things to go off of. So it's always a good time. And I think he's one of those guys that is just on the cusp of like blowing up. You know what I mean? Like he's already huge. Flagrant is massive. He runs with Andrew Scholes and like that crew, but I think on his own, like I love watching his clips. I think his content that he puts out on social media is second to none. So I know when he pulls up to FTL, he's gonna have a crew of guys with him that are gonna be filming, capturing everything. So you guys are if you're a fan who loves like messing with a comedian or being like messed with, and like try and sit in the front there, get VIP tickets, go on improvftl.com right now, guys, and get your tickets, because for sure it's probably going to be sold out by the night of the show, or like close leading up to the show. It'll probably be sold out. So you guys want to get your tickets right now for that.
Amen. And if you get those tickets, and especially if you're at a big party, hit me up. I will call the FTL Improv. I mean, I don't have any pull there. I don't work there, but I will call them for you guys and see if there's anything we can do to either get you guys some tables together or something. Do not miss the show. Akash Singh. I mean, if I could be there, I would be there this weekend. If we can sneak away for any reason, we'll be there. Akash Singh. Now, the reason we can't be there this weekend is because the Miami Improv is going to have a huge headliner. One of the headliners that I've been looking forward to watching live, he actually wore the Cafecito shirt on a podcast recently, which was awesome. I mean, I saw that image coming around. So this weekend at the Miami Improv, September 11th through the 13th, 5 shows, we have Giannis Papas coming back to Miami. I mean, Sebi, guy, this is one of the top comedians in the world right now.
Yeah.
I know he's one of the favorites of the Miami Improv. We all, and he's a friend of the Miami Improv. I think that's why, but you've seen him live. You've gotten to interacting with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Give the public a little bit of what they can expect this weekend.
I mean, he's incredible. Like, his material is second to none. He works out in New York a lot, so he's really tight with his material. He's super funny. He's a great character guy. He comes out in character at the end. He has a character, I think it's Yolanda, I think is the name of the character. I'm not 100% sure, but it's freaking hilarious, guys. He does a lot of crowd work with that character. You know, he likes to, like, that's the point where he can kind of play with it. It's not just like, hey, what do? You know, like, he's actually, like, interacting with these people in character. So it's freaking awesome, and I think he's one of the funniest comedians in terms of the way that he writes, at least for myself. I love listening to the way that he attacks different topics, so I'm really looking forward to it. I think anytime he's come through the Miami Improv, it's always been fun, and I've always loved watching the shows because they're always a little bit different. So definitely, if you want to get tickets, go online right now and scoop those up, because we're going to be probably sold out of VIP really quick if it's not already sold out. And then after that, the good seats are going to be taken up. So you definitely, if you want anything, get your tickets right now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I have been waiting for a long time to watch him live. Every single employee at the Miami Improv sings his praises. Justin, who we had on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, is a huge fan and I think kind of personal friend, I would say, of Giannis. So I know when they come down here, he always gets good treatment and brings out that good energy. And the other thing I will say, if anyone is a big fan, buy tickets for more than one show. You know, his shows, obviously he's probably going to cover some of the same material, but he does, you know, take the crowd work and he does play to the crowd and really pivot and go on these tangents. So you could come, you know, watch both shows on Saturday, for example, and really get 2 completely different experiences from the early show to the late show. So cannot recommend it enough. Again, Thursday to Saturday, September 11th to the 13th, Miami Improv, 5 shows, Giannis Papas. Cannot miss it, guys. Next time he's coming down this way, we probably will not get him at the Improv. That's where the trajectory of this thing is going. So don't miss out. Now, there is a huge show.
But before that, we actually have a last-minute addition that is not on the run sheet. At the buzzer, Michelle Castro hit me up and has let me know that on Friday at Just the Funny, we are having at 9 o'clock, guys, on Friday, Just the Funny, Coral Way. You want to be there because it's not only Michelle Castro's birthday show, but she's also going to be filming her special. She's just informed me. So doors are at 9, guys. The show is at 9:30. Tickets are $20 on Eventbrite. You can go to Michelle Castro's page on Instagram, or I believe Just the Funny probably has it listed there somewhere as well. Check those out. Check those pages out, and definitely scoop up some tickets for that show because it's going to be great. They have Oscar Diaz on there. Clutch Comedy is going to be performing as well with some other people. And, of course, Michelle will be headlining and getting some clips, guys. So if you want to go out there and be a part of the taping of that special and a part of Michelle's birthday show, you definitely want to scoop up tickets for this Friday at Just the Funny.
Dude, first things first, happy birthday, Michelle. You know, you just turned 21, so I'm guessing I'll buy you a drink now. Welcome to adulthood. But also, congratulations on getting that in
right at the buzzer.
Time. Yeah. They literally, could not have done a better job of getting it in. So absolutely, I love that. And guys, take notes. That's how you get it done. Even if it's the last minute, that's how you get it done. Hell yeah, good shit. Like that. Love that. Moving on to a big show that we've been talking about, and another friend of ours, this Saturday at 2:30 p.m., Dungeons & Dragons is returning to the Miami Improv. These guys did such a phenomenal job the last time they were at the Miami Improv. They brought, I mean, it wasn't a sold-out room, but they packed that place out. It was amazing. They were very dedicated fans. People were in costume. The show went really, really well. And even the after party where everybody was kind of just mingling, shaking hands. They had merch sellers with 3D printed stuff. The whole experience was really cool. It felt like a mini Comic-Con just for us right there at the Miami Improv. A really cool experience. And again, this Saturday, they're doing it again. It's going to be at 2:30. September 13th, Miami Improv. Do not miss out. It's going to be Tom Chamberlain, DJ Magazoo, Mike Conneal putting this whole thing together. Obviously, Connie Fernandez, who's one of the actors, will be performing as well. Sebi, you were there at the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I know you are kind of one of the silent hands helping move things in the background. How are you feeling about the show? What are you thinking?
Dude, I'm excited, man. I'm glad to hear that they were so quickly turned around and got that second show on the books already. That's so dope. I mean, it's really that's how you continue momentum. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking forward to with these Dunces shows, is creating that momentum and building them out and getting more people aware of it. Because the real benefit of these shows is anybody who came to the last one would want to come to the next one. It's going to be completely different. If you had a good time at all, there's no reason why you shouldn't come. No one's going to be doing the same material. No one's going to be, you're not going to hear one thing that's the same. They'll be the same characters, but you're going to be seeing them in a new light, in a new show. So if you did have a good time with those characters and those actors and everybody who was performing it on stage and the whole show, really, because they had multimedia involved as well, if you enjoyed all of that, you're definitely going to want to come out again to this show at the Miami Improv this Saturday, guys. So go online right now and scoop up your tickets at miamiimprov.com, guys, because that is really one of the most unique productions that we have that goes on at the Improv at all, and I'm glad to see that it's going to be here more consistently.
Yeah, and I think a big thing about it too is if you've been asking about bringing somebody to the Improv who maybe isn't 18, if I understand correctly, this show, you can't, they've lowered the age limit a little bit, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but yeah, definitely.
I think it's 13 and over.
Yeah.
13 and over, I think you can bring. So it's a 2:30 p.m. show on a Saturday at the Improv. So it's an appropriate time if you want to bring kids. But to some of you guys that have been asking, hey, how can I get my kid into one of these shows? My kid likes comedy, or my kid would like to come to the Miami Improv. This is one of those few opportunities where you can bring them in, get them liquor. I'm guessing you can get the kids liquor, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get your kids drunk and come to what? No? Right, they can't drink? Okay, no, my producer just corrected me. No, apparently kids, even no matter where the kids are, they can't drink alcohol until 21. Jesus.
Unless you're like in Europe.
In Europe, they can do that?
I think so. I think they let their kids drink in Europe.
Well, when we do Dungeons and Dragons in Amsterdam,
exactly,
bring your kids to that.
Yes,
if you dare.
Mm-hmm.
But big shout out to the Dungeons and Dragons boys and girls, of course, or they, thems, whatever. But big shout out for doing it again. And big announcement, Dark Vision will be there this time.
Nice.
Or we'll be filming the whole thing. So we will definitely have some cool reels coming out of this, some definitely cool promotional materials. And I think they kind of tightened up a little bit around the team. So they'll have even smoother of a performance, and everything should even go better than last time, which I don't think the audience noticed anything, but in the back end, things could have been smoother. So really big shout out to these guys, put in the hard work. Dungeons and Dragons this Saturday. Do not miss out. Now, Saturday, September 13th at 10:30 p.m. at Villain Theater, another friend of ours who I have to give a big shout out, Thomas LaMountain, is going to be doing another version of his Lord of Laughs show at the Villain Theater. So we've talked about this show before. Thomas LaMountain was supposed to leave to Texas. He came back for some reason, who knows. But he is putting his Lord of Laughs shows back together. So this month is going to be Chris Molina, Lita Faye, and our boy, Ben Smith will be on the show. So very excited to see what kind of content comes out of that. Ben Smith, friend of ours, hilarious comedian down here in South Florida, great improviser. And this show does, require you to think on your feet. So very excited to see him on there. And again, this is straight from Thomas LaMountain. These are the 3 best comedians in Miami that he could afford for free. So
got you.
So definitely a selected crew. And we do have a little bit of a video that he produced and put together for us. Ray, if you don't mind playing that.
Things I say to grandma when her hearing aids are off. Be like,
sorry I stole your vibrator when I was 10. I thought it was a massager. I'm sorry, man, I constitute this. That's a true story. Oh my God.
Well, that was very traumatizing, but hilarious. So if you guys do not want to miss this weekend at the Villain Theater, 10:30, Lord of Laughs with Thomas LaMountain. It's going to be Chris Molina, Lita Faye, and our friend Ben Smith. Guys, do not miss it. Shout out Thomas LaMountain for getting me this video on time and for getting me all the info for the podcast. Big, big shout out. Sebi, dude, we got to do Lord of Laughs one day, man.
I'm down. I thought that wasn't happening anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I thought he was taking it to Austin. Yeah, dude, we definitely got out. I already have planted a seed, but the Comedy Calendar boys can improv. We can we can pivot on a dime. You know what I mean? We can even play ball. We can do 3-point shots. I mean, I play defense. He does 3-point shots, but you know what I mean? We can play as a team.
Sure.
Lord of laughs. Looking at you, Thomas. And now to the very last show we're going to be shouting out this week. A comedy hero of mine is coming back to South Florida. Rafi Bastos is going to be coming to the Rafi Bastos, Sunday, September 14th, will be coming to the Fort Lauderdale Improv.
Mm-hmm.
Last time he was here, he was in Miami. This time he's going to be in Fort Lauderdale. Guys, Rafi Bastos, Brazilian comedian, killed it in Brazil, moved to New York. Now he's doing comedy in English in the last couple of years. And he's one of those comedians that not only is an amazing talent, but it makes me proud when I hear other comedians talk about how much of a good person Rafi Bastos is when they meet him, in doing comedy all over the world. The guy's amazing. He does, comedy in 2 languages. He's very observational. He has been living here in the U.S. for a long time, and the cross-section of where he finds humor, I think it's a widespread enough topic where, I mean, again, immigrants love him. Native Americans, American speakers love him. He really does hit the whole general audience while still being a master of this craft and really taking it to new levels each time I see him. So, guys, if you are Brazilian, I know you're probably going to be there already, but do not miss this chance. Sunday, September 14th at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. The show is at 6 p.m., so it's a little bit of an earlier show, but Rafi Bastos is back. I know I'm saying his name the wrong way, Sebi. Can you please let the crowd know how to actually say it?
It's a Rafi Bastos, right? Right? Am I wrong?
One more time, I'm sorry.
Rafi Bastos. That's the proper way to pronounce it, no?
I think you got it.
Rafi?
I've been teaching Sebastian Portuguese over those last couple of years, guys. So he's he's going to be a native speaker here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I did see if I could open for Rafi. So I did put my hat in the ring. And no, apparently not. There's another Brazilian comedian that does English comedy out there somewhere. And when I find you, we'll talk. All right. Sebi, this has been the first week where I sit on this chair.
There you go.
How did I do?
I thought you did great, man. Definitely, you've come a long way since the first time that we did the comedy calendar, since episode 1. 53
Don't laugh at that, Ray.
It only
No, hold on.
It only took 53 episodes.
Never says anything. And then, okay, all right, Ray, I got you. Don't worry.
53 episodes is all it took. That's it. Nothing crazy.
A literal year of training is all it took every week. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Guys, this has been the first episode of the next year of the comedy calendar. We're going to be bringing a bunch of new stuff for you guys. We're going to be doing interviews. We did an interview with Julio Rodriguez, Colombian comedian in Spanish, just before this. So you guys will be seeing the Insiders episodes. We're going to be taking our cameras out. We're going to be doing street interviews. You got some of that stuff coming out. We're going to be doing behind the scenes interviews with the comedians at the Improv. We're going to be doing guests. We're going to be doing brand sponsorships. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming. The goal is to keep your feed filled with South Florida comedy calendar content that you guys can enjoy and that you guys can share and that you guys can use to come out and join and be a part of the South Florida comedy scene. Savi, anything else for the people at home before we cut off?
No, I think we got it all, man. Looking forward to this week in comedy, though. It's going to be jam-packed, guys. I think Akash is definitely something that if you haven't gotten tickets to ever see him, if you never caught him, or if you're looking for something to do this weekend, I think that's definitely a crown jewel in Dungeons and Dragons. I think if you want something that's different, you want something that's like kind of unique, definitely come out. It's Saturday during the day, so if you want to still go out on Saturday night, you want to have a good time, you can still do that. Have it be your pregame. But yeah, I think we got a jam-packed week of comedy.
Dude, it's going to be awesome. And before letting you guys go, just remember, write to your congressman. Julian is currently crying right now. He thinks that we'll never find space pussy for him. That's on his bucket list, guys. So if you care about Julian, write to your congressman and make sure that they put the SLS program back on the corporate budget, on the federal budget. Guys, my name is Art Roche. Thank you so much for joining us for another week of comedy. Stay laughing.